Hey fellows, what do you think about this track? Doesn't sound natural, like maybe a real drummer is playing it? Honestly, if I heard this for the first time, I would be confident that that's the real drummer playing it. I cannot hear anything unnatural in this track. But actually, that track was created by me, completely from scratch. I didn't use any loops, any beat libraries. Every note was recorded by me, and I cannot play drums. I don't know how to hold drumsticks. I never took drum lessons. I can play guitars and I can barely play some keyboards, but I found the way how to use my skills to record naturally sounding drums at home by myself using very simple tools, and today I want to talk about that. And hopefully after watching this video you'll get an idea how to create such naturally sounding drums yourself at home. Let's get to it. Oh, almost forgot. Important disclaimer. This video is not sponsored by any company. All the products I mentioned, all the software and gear was purchased by me using my own money. Nothing was provided me for free. Nobody paid me for this video. I wanted to just share with you what I'm using. There are plenty of other options. If you choose something else, it's great. I'm not exposed to all existing gear and software, so whatever I managed to find, I'm using it. If you like it, I'll put down the links below. Again, none of them are affiliated. I'm just giving you information, guys. Okay, let's start. So the first thing you need is the virtual drum kit. It's ultimately just a plugin for your recording software which can play back the drums. So you give it a MIDI track and it can play drums. There are a lot of plugins like that. There are a lot of virtual instruments today. If you happen to have Mac, you can use GarageBand, and it's a free software and it has a really good virtual drum kit. Logic Pro is a step up. It's more of a professional software. It has similar plugin. This software is made by Apple. There's also a company Track. They create amazing software, like really good. They have versions for more of a beginner level, which is called Easy Drummer. They have drum kits for all sorts of music styles. It's just really easy to use and it sounds amazing. And they also have a line which is called Superior Drummer. It's more complicated, but you have much more control and you can do pretty much anything with that software. I'm personally using Superior Drummer. I had to hide here in the shadows from the wind. The wind is just ridiculous today. I'm not able to record anything in the open space. I'm sorry for the shadow. The second thing you'll need is a MIDI keyboard. It is important because you will actually be playing the notes which your virtual instrument will be reproducing. So you will actually introduce the dynamics, which is a signature of a human playing an instrument. If you just type in every note, it will sound somewhat robotic. Even though the virtual instruments these days, they are amazing, they can simulate the real drummer, but it's still more robotic than if you actually play every single note. And it will speed up your process significantly. There are all sorts of MIDI keyboards these days, starting from the very cheap $35 up to thousands. you don't need any sophisticated for that approach, unless you're a piano player. Then then you probably don't need my advice. You can figure out what type of keyboard you need. I'm personally using like a piano style weighted keys. I just like the dynamics of the keys, but it's not really important. Any MIDI keyboard will do. It's such a nice day today, guys. So bright. Even have to wear glasses. And the last but not least, probably the most important actually, you need to learn how the real drummer plays. What are the kick patterns, snare patterns, tom fills, what to play on cymbals in verse or in chorus. And you can easily learn it by just listening your favorite music, listening, like focusing on what the drummer is playing exactly. You don't need to take drummer lessons, and that's probably the most complicated part about it, because in order for you to compose a really nice drum track, you need to actually understand every single note, where it should be played and how. But that also makes it very interesting for me, because you actually learn the music, learn what every single band member plays. And probably you won't be able to create drums as good as a real drummer, but it doesn't matter. It will open an opportunity for you to create your own tracks which have a realistic drums. You'll be able to communicate ideas with your fellows. I think it's a great skill. Like, I probably won't be able to create as much music as I did without that. What a great weather today, guys. Take a look at that. Sun is shining. The winter has come, but it's not that cold yet. It's just so windy. Right, it's time to go home to the studio and record some samples for you. Let's get back. Hey fellas, I'm back to my studio. Let's take a look at a couple examples. Let's look at two ways how can you create drums with a virtual instrument. Let's say I have my plugin loaded. I'm using Superior Drummer 2, that's old version. There's a new version available now, but this one actually works perfectly for me. So every single drum is assigned to a particular MIDI note. I can change the sound of all drums. If I open the MIDI track, you can see that the different piano keys trigger different drums. And one of the ways to create the drum track would be to just program every single note. Let's say we want to create a very simple drum pattern. So here's the beat, right? It's very simple. We have kick, we have simple snare, pretty simple kick pattern, and we're playing ride on cymbals. Here's how it sounds if I program every note. The velocity is the same for all notes. I could go and play with the velocities and then, try to simulate and make it sound a bit more natural by increasing velocity of some notes and reducing velocity of others, but it takes a lot of time. Let's try another approach. Let's use the MIDI keyboard to record the same. Okay, we have our cymbals. Let's get to kick and snare. Let's compare. Here's the track with the program notes. And here's the track recorded with the MIDI keyboard. Can you hear the difference? Like in the first example, cymbals sound very kind of unnatural, very robotic, because they all have the same velocity, and that's not how the real drummer plays. I can make this track a little bit more sophisticated and add some ghost notes. Let's see what we can do here. And here, just like that, I have pretty natural groove. There you go, guys. That's my method of recording natural drums for my music. I hope you'll be able to use it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and hit notification bell for more content like that. And have a good one.